And probably armor over this. Try to make it look interesting. Looks like a big insect. At some point we'll have to start doing some shaping. The idea I was thinking about on this was just to do something like that. Probably not there specifically, but somewhere on the ship. So, I mean, this is kind of screaming to be the observation deck. Might be something we can do. I think this is where we want to just start tapering in. I fill it in with blocks for now. Try to create some kind of general shape. So this is going to be navigation. Meaning we can't taper in too much. And have maybe a couple jump drives on either side, maybe even some more batteries up here, and we want gyros. That means we cannot get too narrow. Oops. We pretty much need to stay about this wide as far as our outer wall. And realistically, actually, probably keep it pretty wide, pretty tall too, because a jump drive, it can of course go in the floor. We are going down a level on the floor, so this may be what we want. Two in a row, space between. Another option is like that, and we're just walking between them, but they're really high. Of course, they'd be one lower. Just temporary little thing there. There's an option for having two of them. It's kind of cool. I don't know. Gyro there. Walk between your jump drives. It's pretty claustrophobic. Another one there. I mean, we don't really need more jump drives than that. Gyro. I'm not sure. do like this airlock. Pressurized, good. Not sure which doors are open anymore. That's an airlock to the hangar. I'm trying to decide in here how I want this to be. Just thinking of where I can put some signs. I don't really know. Not really sure what the protocol is for spaceship signs. Something for now. Probably eventually replace with information. I don't know why I obsess about these little tiny details, but yeah, it's okay for now. I think it's good enough for now. What about this? I don't really like this. I'd rather have them stacked forward rather than side by side. I think. I just think it looks better. So if I have two, it could be like that, or maybe with a space in between. Could be a pretty large area that can combine navigation with living. And here we are below where we want to be, so let's raise that up. Does that make more sense? Actually, it might not. Try something. trying to think of how to place maybe a couple of jump drives plus some gyros in here. Could have gyros kind of inset on the walls. That might be cool. Gives a little bit of an open feel. Some windows out here. So much for gyros on the walls. But maybe above. I might like it better though I had it before. I'm not sure. I think maybe somehow in here we can make our way up to an observation deck. Kind of makes sense that that's where navigation would be. Combining navigation with just plain old looking out the window. It's a pretty big room. You know, actually, I would really like to put some. I'd really like to put some of those oxygen things in here. Oxygen farms. But maybe that would be up above. Trying to make it thematic where things are placed. Here we could come in a little more, and we've basically got our bridge. Some little blocks for living, you know, kitchen, that kind of stuff. And try to just keep it open from here. We might not want to go down yet. We actually probably want to start going under. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Think about this. I want this to be the ceiling. And also the floor of our observation room. So that means we actually, I think, need to go up a little. So if that's the floor, then for an observation room we need wall and ceiling. Probably we'll just make it some kind of glass dome if we can. But that may be tricky with the way that windows work in this game. Not really sure yet. And then the question is, do we like taking up this much space? Do we need 2 jump drives? I like the idea of the way that looks. I just don't know if it needs to take up this much room. I'm okay with that for now. For now. And then what in the world is going on over here? So here we would have to go around the jump drive again if we did that. I might be okay with just 1 jump drive. I mean, for a ship that I'm building for myself, I'm definitely okay with 1 jump drive. And who else am I building this for?